היגון אל התקווה, מן החושך אל האור, שמן ששון תחת אבל, מטה תהילה תחת רוח קאה, כפרה וסליחה לחוטא בדרכו, בנים רבים להכרה מן המוות אל התקומה, מהספד וקינה לשיר הישועה. זה פועלך מנך ישועה, זה אתה זרוע אדוני בלבוש בשר, מים חיים מן הצור הנתקע, חיים חיים בבינך, בלך לרומם את שמך, נשתחווה נשתחווה נשתחווה. מן השפיעה אל התחום, לב חדש תחת לב הרע, לב בשר תחת אבן קשה, סולע ופיסח ורוקל משמחה, נענה לעל הגוי יצאים, זר מלידה רואה אבוד ועזוב לבן נעור, זה נשתחווה, נשתחווה, נשתחווה. כן, הללויה, הללויה. נודה לך, נרומם את שמך, נשתחווה, נשתחווה, נשתחווה. אבינו נהללך, נותן חיים, חיים במנחה. נודה לך, נרומם את שמך, נשתחווה, נשתחווה, נשתחווה. אנו מודים לך, אנו מודים לך, נשתחווה לך, נשתחווה לך. אנו מודים לך, אנו מודים לך, נשתחווה לך, נשתחווה לך. אנו מודים לך, אנו מודים לך, נשתחווה לך, נשתחווה לך. אנו מודים לך, אנו מודים לך, נשתחווה לך, נשתחווה, נשתחווה.
Hey,
Aloha.
Shalom, we're back.
Hi everyone.
Isaac warned you guys we're coming back. Here we are.
Yeah, I feel like Arnold's. I'm back.
I'll be back.
So, we may look a little tired because our internal clocks are all messed up from
Oh my
travel,
gosh, it's really
and
bad.
it takes a long time to get it back in order. So, don't mind the bags under the eyes and the totally unenergetic persona that we're portraying.
Isaac, can you make that up a little bit? It's like really bright in my eyes.
Oh, okay.
The light, thank you.
But it's good to see everybody, and especially on the chat. We're just checking it out.
Yeah, it's good
Wow.
to see all you guys. I'm so happy,
Yep.
so happy to see you guys. We really missed you. Even though when we were on our trip, we were talking about you guys and watched part of Aldion's presentation. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry that the rest of them didn't really work out. I know there was a bunch of huge storms that kind of got in the way for Nathan. And Isaiah was also living in that same area, so he was supposed to come on last week, I think it was, or a couple weeks ago.
Well,
I don't
last
remember.
weekend and then today, but that didn't work out too. So
But a big thanks to Isaac. Isaac held down the fort while we were gone. He fed our cats, took care of the house, scheduled all of the guest speakers to come in, and I think he did such a good job, even though it was kind of rough because of all the storms happening. You know, the tech wasn't always the greatest. We saw some of the tech issues happening just this past Wednesday with Zen's show with Tim.
yeah,
There's a lot of tech issues, so but it's a good show. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't watched me interviewing Tim Schwab from the God Culture. They're actually our hosts when we went to the Philippines. We were staying with Tim and his wife Anna. They were such wonderful hosts and really took care of us.
You got to meet them and their crew, all the people supporting them and a part of their ministry.
Their team,
Yeah,
yes.
their team. So
That was really neat.
And I think they welcomed us as a part of their team as well.
Yes.
So for future endeavors, we'll be a part of it as well. So again, it was a meeting of them personally and face to face.
Yes, we've met with them quite a few times over the past year or two. Well, actually, the
Well,
first
not-
time was like 5 years ago.
Over Zoom and stuff like that.
Yeah, just online. Basically,
Online.
we met with
Yeah.
them.
But, we-
But also too, we talked to them on the phone the last time we were in the Philippines, like 2019. We talked to Tim on the phone for about 2 hours when a group of us from Hawaii went there. That was the first time we actually talked to them, and then we've been supporting their ministry for the past 5 years and waiting until like the whole craziness with C-19 was over so we could travel, and then we decided to just go ahead and go. So
Yep.
we have some great pictures we want to share with you all. Eventually, we want to go into prayer requests. I saw a bunch of them coming in the chat during Digital Readers Club,
Yeah.
and So if you have any prayer requests, you can put them in the chat. Isaac is here. Isaac, you want to say hi to everybody? He's hanging in there. He has to leave. He's got to leave. He has to go to work pretty soon, but he'll be here for the first part of the show. So Isaac, if you see any prayer requests come in, can you let me know, please? Then I can add them in.
Yeah, some of you might have seen a thumbnail that says that Isaiah was going to be teaching today, but that didn't work out.
So we changed the thumbnail.
So we changed the thumbnail.
Yeah.
If you happen to see it and say, hey, wait, I thought Isaiah was... Well, he's going to be on next week, and we, again, confirmed it. He's going to be on next week. He's got something pretty awesome to teach. Plus, because Yom Kippur was yesterday, and
Right.
again, for those that follow the Jewish faith, being that he's again a rabbi, he was observing the fast from yesterday or the day before to yesterday, finishing the fast yesterday. Yeah, no, I think it's finishing it today. Started yesterday,
Yeah,
but
And
again,
we observed Yom Kippur when we were in the Philippines. We observed it earlier. Different calendars, I think, that the
Different
Jewish
versus,
rabbis would use versus the Enochian
yeah.
and other calendars. So,
yeah, so
but we observed Yom Kippur as well. So we respect Isaiah observing it too. So
Yeah.
hopefully next week you'll be able to hear his teaching.
yeah, exactly. So again, sorry about all the miscommunication and who's presenting and who's showing. Obviously, we're not presenting because we weren't here. But now that we're here, we're still not presenting because we're not ready. We're not ready. It's just it takes time to prepare a show and a teaching.
Well, we do have some things to share with you guys, though. We brought some things. We're going to do a show and tell here after we do prayer requests
Yeah.
and open with prayer, and we also have some pictures, so you can kind of feel like you came along with us on our trip for a bit, maybe.
No, they're not going to be happy. They're going to see the crystal blue waters and the mountains and all the things that we actually experienced.
Man.
You know, it's just breathtaking. It was really nice.
I never realized there could be a more beautiful spot on earth than Hawaii until I went to the Philippines. And
Yeah.
once you go there, you can't even compare anything else unless you like really freezing cold winters like I know you do, Tammy George, if you're in the chat. Tammy George hates cold. She's like me. She cannot tolerate cold very
Tammy
long.
George
so.
is here. But you know what? Again, Hawaii is nice. We're not really putting it down, but nice and expensive. You want nice and affordable? Skip Hawaii. Go to the Philippines. I'm telling you, big difference, night and day.
Huge difference. Like we
Yeah.
couldn't even believe.
And-
Did you know the majority of the people in the Philippines don't have a mortgage? Can you imagine how much wealthier we would all be if we didn't have mortgages or car payments? They don't have those things. Like
Property tax.
they pay everything cash.
No,
So
they have property tax.
they hardly have
small,
cre-
small. But
hardly any of them have credit cards for one
Yeah.
thing too. Hardly any credit cards, which is
so.
they pay everything off. So,
So
they're much wealthier as a
When
nation
you look
than
at
we
the
are.
Philippines, you say, "Oh yeah, that's a third world nation." It's third world because look how impoverished some of the homes are and this and that. I think, yeah, but they don't have bills, and they're not enslaved to the systems. And you guys know what that's all about.
So if you own your own land, you own your own house, everything's paid off, it's like you're much wealthier than the majority of U.S. citizens, right? Like a majority of U.S. citizens have all this debt, which
Yeah.
is horrible. I mean, they can't believe when we're talking to the locals in the Philippines and saying, you know, you guys are really wealthy. And they're looking at us like, are you kidding me? Because we're the ones coming over there and spending money, right?
Yep.
But then when Noble would explain it to them, like, okay, do you have credit cards? No. Do you have a house payment? No. What is even that? They don't even know what a house payment
Yeah, they
is.
don't know what a mortgage is. I guess again, it's just
It's a foreign thing because land is so available and so affordable there
Yeah.
that why would you have a house payment?
Aldeon says rent and housing costs is killing him. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not alone, Aldeon. You're not alone. And I think one of our prayer requests is Donna. She has.
Yeah, Donna.
Donna, we have to lift her up in prayer. She has to move out because they increased the rent that she's been paying.
Yeah,
And-
it's crazy.
and $80 a week. I mean, they're talking about weeks, not months now.
Imagine what you could do if you lived in a place where your rent was less than $100 a month and your utilities were less than $100 a month. Imagine what you could do with all the extra money. And that's the situation that people are finding themselves when they move to
Yeah.
the Philippines, because all of a sudden they have no bills and they have tons of money to travel, do what they want. Just as long as you have a business going that is bringing in income or disability or or retirement. I mean, your money just goes a lot further in other countries than in the U.S., especially in Hawaii. That's for sure.
Exactly. And again, you have to go there to really see it for yourself and see if that's someplace that you can deal with. I mean, one of the things that was not so good was the humidity. It was kind of hot outside. I mean, if
Yeah.
you've got an air conditioned house, no problem.
They have air.
Yeah.
They have AC everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't even know what to compare it to because
But they have nice malls. They have
Oh, yeah.
great malls. I mean, but for the most part, you have open markets and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and the food, the shopping there is so inexpensive.
fresh fruit. Oh my gosh.
Fresh
Well,
food, yeah.
we're gonna show you guys some examples here
But
pretty soon.
again, we just wanted to touch on that because you know why? There's a better way to live without having to be forced to work.
Oh yeah.
And enslave yourself to a system that's just charging you arm and a leg and a couple, organs. You know what I mean? Because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
And groceries. Groceries are such a huge expense here now because the cost of food and everything just went up. Not in the Philippines. Like, it was amazing that we could go to the grocery store and walk out with a full cart of groceries for $20 equivalent, and good food too. It was like their food does not have the GMOs. It does not have all the junk in it like ours does. We'll show you guys some examples
Yeah.
of that.
Manculas
I'm
entered our chat.
Manculas.
And Manculas is a Filipino, and
Yeah, salamat.
but living up on the east coast of America. Go back home, man. That's where it's at.
Go back home.
We're gonna go there. That's my home. So, but it's funny that again.
Oh, Kaylee's in the chat too. Hey, Kaylee.
Kaylee's
Good to see you, sweetie.
taking in all the prayer requests, and she's again helping out. But like all things, you can worship God from wherever you're at.
Right.
I mean, I just feel that it's a lot more effective to worship God when you have time and not have to work all the time to
Yeah.
worship Him.
You can focus on your ministry, and you don't have to think
Yeah.
about bills and everything. It's a huge
it takes
freedom.
a load off you, and again, Donna has to move in with her mom, and that's not easy. Moving a house into 2 rooms, I
Yeah.
believe she said. So,
Uh,
how do you do that? I mean, there's no way. I mean, you're gonna rent out storage, just like rent for a house.
I experienced that.
Yeah.
I know what that's like. I've even put it in the chat. I said I've had to move a 4-bedroom house into 6 suitcases.
Right.
And so
Right.
my stuff was in storage, but I did not want to leave it in there because you're paying huge amounts for the storage. So I cleared out the whole storage thing and just took whatever I could in suitcases and got out of
Well,
there.
so a lot of times we also need to purge. We just accumulate.
We need to purge.
things. Yeah, and I'm
He needs to purge.
I'm a hoarder.
Oh my gosh.
I got a lot of stuff on work equipment, business work stuff, and all that.
Shay has a question.
Okay. What's this question Shay has?
And be careful with the censoring. You know what to talk
How are the
about.
taxes? Do they allow gun ownership and possession? Shay, good question. Probably have to get back to you on that.
I think they're a lot less strict than here in Hawaii because they actually have shops in the mall selling guns.
I didn't see any.
Yes, remember Ayala Mall in Cebu? We went 5 years ago. We walked past. We're like, oh my gosh, there's like a
Yeah, but I'm not sure, Shay, on that topic. But as far as taxes, that's a good question.
Well, we asked the locals in the Philippines, and they just said everybody here packs. So,
Well,
if that tells you anything.
well, when you go to the banks, the security guards have
Oh my
shotguns.
gosh,
I mean,
yes.
they're carrying shotguns, and they
They're
walk you
serious.
out of the bank to your parked car, and they
They're
stop the traffic for you
serious.
because they understand the security when it comes to money, and so yeah, so there might be a concern with some areas where people might be thinking of robbing you, but again, that happens all over the world.
Yeah, and if you compare the crime rate in the Philippines to the U.S., there's no comparison. Like, U.S. has way more people incarcerated than they do over there, and their level of crime
Yeah.
is only in Manila. Like, only in the big cities. There's only like 2 major cities in the Philippines, Manila and Cebu, and only in those 2 cities is the crime, even halfway close to what it is here in the U.S. and not even close to like New York or L.A. or the major cities. Like, you can't even compare because like their crime there is basically non-existent if you're in the provinces. Like, you don't have to worry about people robbing you or anything there because everyone knows everyone, and it's kind of like being in small towns but beautiful little tropical cities, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Christine Truth Seeker says that her sister-in-law bought 2 houses in the Philippines.
Wow. See,
I mean,
it's affordable.
I mean, gosh, it's funny. Tim Schwab would say, "I like it here because you know what? They got this deal where you buy this, take that, take
buy one, take
buy
one.
one, take one, buy one, take
Instead
one."
of buy one get one
So
free,
like
they
you
call
buy a
it
can
one,
of
take
you
one.
buy a can of Pringles, you take another one free. You know, it's like that's their way of saying 2 for 1. You know.
Yeah.
So you can buy 2 houses for the price of one, maybe even cheaper because I know it's really cheap and affordable. Not cheap, but affordable.
Yeah, and even
So-
to rent, like, you have to be a citizen in order to buy. You can buy like condominiums and stuff if you're not a citizen, but they welcome anyone who wants to come and retire. You just have to show that you have some type of income, and you can get your retirement visa, or you could get like a student visa or a temporary visa. You just have to show you have some type of income.
Monk
And-
Willis just updated us on, yes, you are allowed to own guns. Thanks, Monk. I appreciate
Thank you,
that. Shay's very happy about that because, you know, Shay is almost like, you know, an armory in itself. He's got, you know, weapons here, there, everywhere, even his dog packs. So,
Hey,
again,
who's gonna hold the ammo?
That's true.
so again,
to see you,
just
Shay.
a lot of things we need to learn and a lot of things that we need to understand.
Yeah, we need to research some more, but we're
Yeah.
we're pretty excited just because like we've watched a couple YouTube channels where they have people who have actually relocated there. We met people who have relocated there from the
Yeah.
U.S. just in the past year.
Part of the
That's
God Culture
part
team.
of the God Culture team, yeah.
Yep.
And it's just
That's, Tim.
and from Canada, they,
Surfer Tim.
yeah, and also the family that
And-
relocated from Canada.
Marvin and Arlene.
yeah,
Marvin, Arlene,
and
their daughter.
kids, their
Yeah.
son and daughter. Yeah.
Well, we didn't meet the son, but we met the daughter.
Yeah, so I mean, if you, we'll give you some resources that you guys can research because I know everybody here is a really good researcher. We'll give you some resources, but just based on what we saw and what we examined when we were over there, it seems like it's a good plan, short term or long term, to if you really want to get out of the U.S. or Australia
yeah.
or Canada or places where the cost of living is just on the rise. If you want to get someplace where it's more stable and it's a lot lower, this is a good option.
But another reason we went there was because we were invited to partake in the conference that the God Culture was invited to do in the Philippines. And talk about a conference, it was like over 5,000 people at this conference.
Yeah,
and it
it
was.
was-
We're
it
gonna
was a
we're gonna
huge
cover that
experience.
later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we wanted to see what the people like were there and what worship was like over there, and they definitely do love our Lord and Savior, you know, Yeshua. Maybe not all of them use the Hebrew name; they'll say Jesus, but you know what?
They're learning. They were celebrating Rosh Hashanah when we were there.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
awesome.
So
they all had trumpets.
again, it's a place where you can be surrounded by believers, so which is nice, and the
Yeah.
people are so respectful there. I mean,
and super kind.
and super
They're
kind.
really
And
sweet.
again, you will not find that in the United States. I don't care what state you mention. The Philippines are heads and shoulders above the rest of the world when it comes to kindness
And respect.
and respect. I'm telling you.
Everything is yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's even coming from older people too. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
am I that much older than you that you're calling me sir, or you know? But that's besides the point. It's just a very respectful community, so you don't
really
you don't see that anymore. So again, with that,
All right,
you
we
wanna
should
go
open
to
with
the
prayer.
Yeah, let's open.
Can you pray and then we'll go through prayer requests?
You want me to pray?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. She wants me to pray. Okay. Abba, Father, thank you so much for just the experience of knowing you around the world, Lord. And our past month has been just that, getting glimpses of you, seeing your fingerprints in your creation, Lord, thousands of miles away, Lord. It's amazing how your influence has impacted the world. And Lord, there is no scarcity of it in the Philippines. We know that that is a land that you have prepared from the very beginning, Lord. We thank you for, again, just the number of generous and caring people that we've met during our trip. And we just want to, again, thank you for allowing us to see it and to purview it. Because, Lord, again, it's something that I think all people need to know is what other lands have to offer. And are these lands also shrouded in you and your love. We ask that you, Lord, continue to watch over the Philippine Islands and then the world as well, Lord. There's a lot of things going on in the world that, again, is very trying and catastrophic. We lift up all those that are hurting and suffering. A lot of people have been, again, harmed and even lost loved ones, Lord, to the number of storms that have come through. But Lord, we know all things happen for a reason, and that, Lord, you're not taken surprised by it. Allow us to be, Lord, again, effectual prayer servants, Lord, lifting up other people beyond our own needs, Lord. We know that there is a big need for that right now. Be with us as we continue this show, Lord, again, and we ask that you would, Lord, bless those people that are watching and following and chatting, and that, Lord, you would, Lord, make it known to them what you hold in their future. Thank you, Father, again, for all of this. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, we all say, Amen.
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 All right, thank you, honey.
All right, son.
All
You
right,
gotta head out, though.
Isaac's taking off here.
Isaac has to head out for work, guys. So say goodbye to him, and again, we'll see him again. Yeah, back to us. Averon.
Thank you, moderators. We appreciate you guys in the chat. Thank
Yeah.
you. When we can't look at it, you guys are always right there. We appreciate you guys so much.
Oh, wait, you want to do prayer list?
Yeah, we're gonna do
Oh,
prayer requests real
Sorry,
quick.
son. Maybe
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just gave Isaac some bad info. But I'll go there and change it after when we're done. Okay, got
Okay.
it? All right.
All right, prayer requests, guys. Bye, Isaac.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, guys.
Okay, so if you have any updates, these are from like a month ago. Some of them I've updated, some of them I left on here so I could get an update if anyone's here whose prayer request is changed or if it's become a praise report. Please put it in the chat. First for Valerie and her children. This was before we left on our trip, so I wanted to see how she's doing. If anybody's heard from Valerie or if she's here in the chat, please give us an update. Also for our friends Tim and Anna Schwab, the God Culture in the Philippines, that they have safety in their ministries. For their app that's coming, they're getting an app which is going to be really exciting. We're actually planning to do some shows with them using the app, and they have an upcoming November conference. It's really neat, their ministry. They're explaining to us how they do these conferences. Churches find out about their ministry. They basically binge watch most of their videos, and then they want to invite them for a conference. And Tim and Anna, they do these for free. Like, they will just pack up and go to whatever church in the Philippines invites them. They're actually going to be at the Sacred Word Publishing Conference next year if we were still having that. But we'll have to continue to get updates as to what's happening there with Zen's health. Also for Rin Tin Tin, she asked prayer for her renal system. We know that can be really a touchy area and very painful if there's issues with the kidneys. And also right before we left, our friends Alfred and Annette, their daughter passed away in a horrible shooting that happened here in Hawaii. So we want to continue to lift their family up in prayers. They're planning to have their memorial service coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then update from Donna. She said she's moving in with her parents, although she does have a praise report that's coming up pretty soon. We're continuing to pray for you, Donna, and that whole situation. I know it's so stressful when your living situation changes, but hopefully this will be some good time you can bond with your parents and just love on them, like you said in the chat. Also for Sherry Papin's mother-in-law, she's continuing to have issues with her memory, and we know that can be really challenging to deal with as well. Serve the IM asked for prayer for salvation for their family members. And for Carolyn Ann Clark's mom, she has the big C all over her body. So if someone can continue to adopt that prayer request, we appreciate it. Hun, did you want to go through some of this?
No, go ahead. You're doing good.
Okay, for Joy and Justin Garcia, and also for Zen, of course, but Joy and Justin and the kids are still traveling. They will be back, Zen said, on the 15th, and so we look forward to when they can come back and continue their ministry here. But they're also doing some cool things in Korea. Justin put some things up on his Facebook page that you can check out as to their ministry that they're involved in over there, which is really awesome. And also for Kay and Grace for her finances, and hopefully an upcoming adoption hearing where everything that they've been waiting for the past 6 years will come to pass. And also everyone who's taking the Parasite Protocol. We have a pretty cool show that's coming up at the end of this month. For those of you who know, I've done some presentations on this. I was doing a parasite cleanse, and then it moved into doing a mold cleanse. And I found out some really interesting things about my health that does explain a lot. When my chiropractor gave me a kind of a recent diagnosis that goes right along with Morgellons. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I have Morgellons pretty bad. It just resurfaced a couple days ago, and so
She's actually related to Magellan.
it's not
Also.
Magellan. Morgellon. Morgellon is this gross thing on the skin. It's like it's basically parasites coming out of the skin, and it's horrible. It's really itchy, and it makes it look like I have mosquito bites, but they're not. It's they're like little fibers that you can find in chemtrails and stuff. And for some reason, people get it. Some other people don't. But if you want to research that, you can. You can please keep me in prayer as well.
Keep
Go ahead.
I just read that Christy Frost.
Oh, hers is here.
Yeah. Well,
Did you have it extra?
she said that thank you for prayers for Dallas. She died last Friday.
Oh, sorry
So
to hear
we
that,
just wanted
Christy.
some Christy on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's tough when you
Yeah,
lose-
when a pet
when you lose family.
and a family member.
Lose
Yes.
family.
Sorry to
That's-
hear that,
That's
Christy.
family. Quick question. Christine Truth Seeker was asking if you have to speak Tagalog, and Mangkula said English is the language used to teach in school, so most people speak it. Yes, that's true. And in fact, learning Tagalog will just make you a better communicator. I mean, they understand. Most of the Philippines understands English, but if you can learn the local dialect, depending on where you live, that will be very
That'll be helpful.
helpful. You
yeah.
know, but
And they love that. The local people love it when you throw
try.
in you try to throw in some Tagalog
Well, you
words.
turn into, I mean, Tagalog is a national language, but there's other dialects. There's, believe it or not, there's thousands of dialects in
Most
the
people,
Philippines.
yeah,
But,
most people who live there speak at least 3 languages.
yeah, they're very
They speak
intelligent people.
English, Tagalog, and their dialect,
There's
which is
Ilocano, Visayas, Cebuano. I mean, there's
Yes.
just other languages. Among knows this too. So, again, but English is spoken there, and you know what? You can get by. So, just to answer your question there, thanks, Mom, for helping out on that one. And again, just looking at the, Donna's going through stuff, Christy's going through stuff. A lot of people are going through stuff. It's supposed to get worse. Remember, Scripture says it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So we're just trying to help get through the worst or the bad, which will get worse, right, in the future, so that we can actually be prepared when our Lord and Savior does come to the rescue. That knight in shining armor, because we're going to need him. If we don't have him in your life now, how are you surviving, right? Everybody knows this already. Everybody in the chat is a believer. So, and we're still trying to make ends meet and struggle through life. And that's with our Lord and Savior. So what more for those people that don't know him? That's why evangelism is a tool to use to help those people struggling to come to grips with their situations. So I'm off my soapbox again. But again, thanks for everybody that's on the text, because there's just so
In the
much things
chat,
going.
yeah.
Bonnie says castor oil rubbed on my skin
Yeah.
skin may help Morgellons.
Yeah, I responded.
Yep.
Thank
But
you,
then
Bonnie.
if not, then we'll have the local natives, kill Magellan or Morgellons. Magellan
You're
was.
stuck in the Magellan thing.
We're learning about
Morgellon.
Magellan because he was one of the guys that went to the Philippines.
That's true. That's
And
true.
he didn't have the best intentions.
He wanted to
Gold
get-
was on his
He wanted
mind.
to
you
get
know?
rich.
Gold was
Too,
on his
like-
mind. So
But he had a good scribe, and I'm really grateful. for the
Pigafetta was a
scribe.
good scribe. Yeah, but
He wrote down their information.
All right, so go ahead, honey, finish up.
Okay, so Gary Lundberg has asked for prayer. He's got pain issues going on. We'll continue to keep you in prayer, Gary. Also, JJ and Kristen, they are part of our fellowship here. They asked for prayer for JJ got a dog bite, and Kristen has a pinched nerve in her leg, and prayers for their finances and their business. They have a new startup business with an apothecary that they're promoting, and so we'll continue to pray for them.
Yes, and if you need help,
Yes.
if you have pain issues and other things like Miss Margellans here, they have some pretty good products, and
Yeah.
Again,
We will do a presentation on their products.
Yeah,
I,
because-
I'd like to actually get them to come on the show too. And
Yeah, we want to
present.
interview them and then support their ministry
Yeah.
because it is helpful. I mean, Lisa kind of does what they do on a small scale.
Yeah.
But
I
not,
I have the Flat Earth Pain Solve, but they have a lot more products than that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So again, it's all about dealing with the problems that you have, right?
Yes, exactly. So prayers for them. Also for Watchmen of Christ for Dean. He is having C-word treatments, but he was explaining to me that it's not the medical protocol. It's something that he's put together for himself. So when he says treatment, it's not the ones that kill you. So but we'll continue to keep him in prayer because he did have a pretty aggressive form of the C-word, and I'm not sure if he's still in the hospital. I need to get an update from him. But continued prayers for him. Also for Mindy Ash, she asked for prayer for her health. Mindy, if you have an update on that, that would be great. And also we covered Christy Frost for her dogs and her finances. And I'm so sorry to hear about your dog, Christy. Hallelujah! Praise reports. Zen is continuing to heal at home. You guys have heard him in shows here in the past month. He's been doing a good job. He said he's very grateful to have Justin coming back soon, though, to help him with the technology. And for Leonard, he's continuing to have healing with weight loss. Congratulations, Leonard. Any updates would be great to hear. Kaylee's health is good. Oh, I was going to wait till Isaac was here to see if Kaylee and Isaac wanted to share anything.
Yeah, you should wait.
Okay, I'm going to wait. Also for Donna Smith, her back is healed, so praise Yah for that. Thank you for sharing that, Donna. And for Lisa Truth Seeker, this has been a while now, but she got her own place and her living situation is much better. We're hoping that we'll see the same thing for you, Donna. Lisa Truth Seeker waited a long time, and she was very patient, and the Most High really blessed her, so we're going to be praying the same thing for you, Donna. But that is the end of our prayer requests and praise reports, so if you guys have any to add in here, please put it in the chat, or you can send me an email. Oh, okay, good. Watchman 316. Great to hear from you, Dean, and that you're healing. Okay, that's
Oh yeah, the surgery.
yes, the surgery.
Good to
I'm
know, man. Good
so
to know.
glad. So glad to hear that, Dean.
Right.
Okay, Tammy's saying I knew it. Okay, we're gonna let Isaac and Kaylee share their news with you guys the next time. So, any guesses are okay though in the chat, but we're not saying anything. Okay, so
Yeah.
what are we doing? We're gonna show some pictures.
Well, you're on.
I'm on. Okay.
You want to show pictures? Oh, I put us back to camera with us.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're on here. Hi, you
Yeah.
guys. Sorry, I didn't know you were there.
This is life without Isaac.
Yeah. So,
And
are you
Katie.
gonna sit there then, so we can go back and forth
Yeah,
with the
we can.
photos, or
Yes,
should
I
we
will.
start? Maybe we should
With-
start showing a few items first, since you have the camera on
Oh,
us.
well,
Okay, we're gonna do show and tell. First of all, why don't you show this? This is for Nathan Reynolds, because Nathan was so excited to hear that Noble had one of these. If you know who Nathan is, he has his own YouTube channel, The Linen Railroad, and he was really excited to hear that Noble had one of these. This is called a
you got me. What is it? it's a machete, a bolo knife. It's a
bolo
it's-
knife in the Philippines.
It's
a
differently
bolo
shaped
knife.
because it's meant to cut different things, like weeds and stuff like that. But if you want to behead somebody, I'm sure you could probably do that as well, or sever a limb. But we won't go into that area.
And this is what Noble uses to cut our banana trees. He uses it to cut some
Ah.
other things in our yard.
Well,
It's good for
It's
coconuts.
actually nice. It
cut
comes
up
with
in
a
coconut.
wooden sheath, a wooden handle. Got this to the Philippines last time we were there. Not this past one, but this is actually very interesting. I bought it because it looks novel and it was different. You know, machetes are
Don't
just
be too
straight on
jealous,
blades.
Nathan. We got that. Okay, so there's that, and then you
Okay.
would pass me the bag. All right, we're gonna go through and show you a few things that we got there. So first of all, the church that was supporting the conference, they make their own products and they make their own natural products. And so, can you see this on there?
I'll sit over here.
Okay, Noble's gonna show these up close. So this is a pretty cool thing because we don't drink coffee, but this has no caffeine in it, and it's made of roasted purple corn that is native to the Philippines, and it's got really good ingredients. Can you read that on the back there, hun? I was gonna read the ingredients. No, can you read it? Can you read it?
I
please?
can read.
Yeah,
I gotta go to school to learn how to read.
Noble's gonna read you the ingredients on the back of this.
Ingredients: roasted purple corn. That sounds like a Disney movie I once saw. You know?
Roasted purple corn.
Well, purple corn. Non-dairy creamer, goji powder, mangosteen powder, Tomcat, Ali, Stevia, Moringa powder, Bacopa, Monieri extract, turmeric powder, ginseng powder, extract, barley powder, spirulina, and grapeseed extract. Wow. The only thing I have questions about is stevia.
Stevia is great.
Stevia's good.
It's a good sweetener, and it actually kills mold if you have it in your body, is what I was learning. So
Ah.
it will help
Allergen?
Morgellons.
None. There's no allergens in this thing. So
Yeah, it's
this
really
is
good.
actually pretty good stuff, guys. I
So
mean,
their church sells these, and it was like, what, 600 pesos for this? How much is 600 pesos?
about $10.
Yeah. So and it has 10 sachets in here. So really, no, I'm sorry, it was 350 pesos.
Okay, that makes it about $5.
About $5 for this, and it has 10 of these packets in here. Really, really good product. Okay, next product. This is another thing from the Philippines. If you guys have heard, this is called mangosteen tea. Mangosteen is one of my new favorite fruits since we were there. It's a delicious purple on the outside fruit, and you can see on the picture it's white on the inside. And so the white part is the part you eat, and it's so good. To me, the first time I took a bite of this, I was like, I feel like I'm eating a fruit that tastes just like Hawaiian punch or like fruit punch, but it's in the actual fruit. Here, you want to pass it to me?
Okay,
Thank
so,
you.
Hey Roman, how you doing? You just on the chat. Christy's asking, how do you get it?
How do you get these products? I will put up the website. There's a website you can, but the only problem is the shipping. The shipping from the Philippines is kind of expensive. But if you would like to email me, I'm gonna be doing kind of a bulk order of these, and then we can sell it to
We
you
can-
for the bulk
Well, if you order
shipping
bulk,
price.
then we can spread out the shipping costs, right?
Yeah.
To make it more affordable.
So please send me an email if you're interested in this purple corn coffee, because this one I can get easily. Some of the other things that I'm going to show you right now, we just got it like the grocery store there. We can't get it here in Hawaii, but I'm going to definitely, for this product, if you guys are interested, just send me an email at biblicalhebrewhawaii@gmail.com, and I'm going to make a bulk order because I love this stuff. I drink this every day. It gives you so much energy, and it's no caffeine. So, and if you like a coffee kind of chocolatey taste, it tastes like hot chocolate. It's really good.
Okay, so that bulba knife I was holding, that machete, Adrian says looks like a kukri, and Shay also says, yeah, it's one of the most feared weapons on the battlefield. The blade was the blade of choice for the famous Gurkha soldiers. Yeah.
Wow!
All right, thanks for the
Wow!
info, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so much.
Yep, my poor weeds stand no chance. Okay.
Okay, so here's another product from the Philippines. This is if you guys have seen veggie fries, I don't like them anymore here in the U.S. just because there's GMO stuff in it. But here,
And what kind of oil are they cooked in?
yeah, exactly. But here, yeah, and also they're cooked in probably canola oil. This one is cooked in vegetable oil, but so it's not like 100% wonderful, but it does have marunggay in it, and it's got really good ingredients compared to the ones I've seen here in the U.S. So I wanted to try those out. But that's another product we got at the grocery store there.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys these because this is our new favorite nut. It's called the pili nut. And this is native to the Philippines. I haven't seen this nut anywhere else in the world except for there. These packs end up being about 50 cents or so, 60 cents of the pili nuts. They're really light and they're not too hard on your teeth. They're easy to chew. This one is sweetened a little bit, but the only ingredients in here I think are nuts and sugar. And they're so good. They're just like amazing. And this is also
Yep.
what
Looks like Lisa's got to it already. It's already open.
this is also what incense is made of. Like the incense that the wise men brought to Yeshua is made from pili resin. It's also a incense. It's like a herb that the Philippines has been selling to different cologne brands, like Gucci has bought the pili nut, the resin, and the nut from this tree is just really good and healthy. So we decided we try some of that. But this is what the incense is from. Like what Adam put in the Cave of Treasures is from the pili tree, the incense. Okay, so this is another thing. This is called a yema tart. I like this because there's not bad ingredients in it except for margarine. But it's another Filipino snack. I just wanted to bring a sample of a bunch of snacks to show you guys. This is another one. This is mangosteen candy, and the only bad ingredient in here is sugar. It's just got from the fruit, and powdered milk and sugar.
Not bad for you.
So it's not 100% bad. I'm avoiding sugar right now, but it's another sample. And also, after we left the Philippines, we went to Japan for a few days. So I wanted to show you guys a few things from Japan that we picked up. If you guys have ever seen Japanese candy, it's like so cute to go in Japanese candy stores or even like grocery stores over there because everything is so different. Even like this, like I got this for Noble. This is Japanese Kit Kat. You can see that their ingredients are all in Japanese in the back, so we can't really tell what's in it, but they have a lot less ingredients than the Kit Kat made in the US, so that says something. But yeah, so they have like their own brands of certain things. Like this Kit Kat they have
Can
is,
anybody read Japanese? Please tell us.
I thought this was an interesting Kit Kat. I mean, this is promoting like Satan's holiday, but I thought I wanted to get it because it was apple pie Kit Kat in Japanese. I thought that was an interesting one. And one of Noble's new favorite candies. I just happened to grab this off the rack because he had kind of a cough, and I thought it was maybe cough drops, but it turned out to be a really good candy. I couldn't read what it was, but he really liked that. That is a good Japanese candy we got. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys, well, after this, Noble's been eating these snacks. He likes these Japanese snacks. What do those taste like, honey? Just like Oreo, like cookies? Chocolate cookie?
They're good.
They're
They're
good.
just good.
Okay,
Chocolate
and we have not tried this yet. This is Tamago Gani. If you look at this up close, I think Tammy will like this. This is like miniature little crabs, but you eat the entire crab, including the shell, like potato chips. So we haven't tried these yet. I'm a little nervous too. Noble wants to try it for sure. We'll let you know how they taste.
I eat anything. That won't be a problem.
I eat anything. All right, so that's our show and tell section that we wanted to go over with you guys before we start showing you photos. And yes, and please let me know if you were interested in this roasted corn coffee that I can get from the ministry in the Philippines. Send me an email. Okay, so let me get over here to the pictures. Let's see, how do I get out of this? There. All right, you got the pictures up there,
Ready?
hon?
You can do the picture first.
Okay, not yet. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so here we are, dressed in native garb in the Philippines. We went to this really cool place called Lake Agco, and it was about 3 hours from where we were staying, but over there, if you need to go places, it's actually cheaper they have their own like Uber, which is called Grab. It's actually really cheap to just do Uber or Grab or have a driver than renting a car, so that's what we were doing most of the time we were there. And it's interesting too, because if you're even like considered middle class, which is making about $1,000 US dollars a month there in the Philippines, everybody has their own driver. So it's really interesting, different way of life there, but you don't need to own a car when you're in the Philippines. You don't need to get the international driver's license if you don't want to, because it's extremely affordable. So anyway, we had a driver take us to this lake, and that's Noble and me dressed up. We just thought this is a fun picture to start out with. Okay, you want to take it off there? I'll find the next photo. Okay, and let's see. I'm going to try to do a video. Let me see here. Another thing that we did when we went up to Lake Agco is we stopped at a place called New Israel. And I'm going to let this video upload so you can share. Okay, I'm going to try to do the video, hun.
So I'll do it now?
Yeah. Okay, so this is a place where they had monkeys that just roamed wild, and it was called New Israel. You could kind of see some things in the background. Look up there, you can see like a white menorah, and in this building in the background, this tiny little town up on Mount Apo. So it was a little bit cooler there than other places in the Philippines if you're up in the mountains. But you could kind of see they have a restaurant that looks like an ark there in the background. You could see back there, there's like this kind of like a dome building and a white menorah in front of it. But there, I'm going to zoom in on there so you could see that. The presenter she spoke extremely good English. Young girl, still in high school, but she did a good job presenting on their whole area. You can see there's some other tourists that came to see the monkeys. That's the main thing people come here to see. There's our driver, his wife, there's Noble. But we had a great time there. You can buy peanuts, you can feed these monkeys, and the community has just embraced the monkeys. Okay, here we are. So that was a cool place that we visited. Also, let's see. Oh, here, I'm gonna put up another picture so you can see the that little arc thing. Okay, go ahead. All right, so if you zoom in on this, or if you look kind of close, you can see they decorated the outside of this ark. At first, I thought it was the so-called Star of David that's on the Israeli flag, but it's not. It's like 8 points, so it's a little bit different. But they have a little restaurant in here. And again, this is in a town called New Israel. I was really impressed, though. They had Hebrew words all over the place. They know the Hebrew alphabet. Like, they train the kids that grow up in this little community, or in the Philippines they call them barangays. In the community, the barangay, they're trained to learn the Hebrew language, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, you want to take it off of there?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next picture here.
Shay's saying that even locusts are palatable when they're dipped in honey, right? And Mangkula says, "Yep, John the Baptist ate that."
Yeah.
So, everything is actually edible. I mean, and this is not like China. China's kind of crazy where they have almost everything you can eat.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're starving, believe me, you will eat it.
Okay, you can put it on video. I'm gonna show another quick video of the monkeys.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this is me feeding the monkeys these peanuts, and the girl with the mask on was the presenter. I'm not sure what was going on with the mask situation. We hardly saw anyone there that was wearing masks, but I am feeding these monkeys peanuts, and they just come right up to you. They tell you don't look these monkeys in the eye because it was like mating season or something, so they said don't look them in the eye for that reason. But you can see there's little babies, and I made sure and washed my hands because I didn't want parasites after I did this. But it's really cute. They just come like right up to you. They also say too, make sure your hand is flat, because if you have it grasped, the older ones might get a little violent trying to get the peanuts out of your hand. But I just thought that was really cute. I wanted to show you guys. And also too, I'm going to take these videos, I'm going to put them together and put it on YouTube so you guys can look at these videos better. But I took a bunch of little clips just to show like some of the highlights of what we did. That's also our driver's wife with the black jacket. She came along because our driver that we had is trying to get his U.S. visa. He really wants to visit the United States and Chicago in particular because he has a brother that lives there, and he wanted his wife to practice her English around us. And so that worked both ways. She was teaching us some Tagalog, some of their native language, and Visayan in particular is the southernmost island we were at in Mindanao, and that's what they speak, their dialect. And so I'm just feeding monkeys here. Some of them were getting a little bit overbearing, and they wouldn't let the younger ones eat. You could kind of see there's a big guy there on my left side that was hoarding peanuts, but we were enjoying ourselves. They kept giving us more and more. We just bought a bunch at the beginning, and they just kept giving us. Oh, there's the big guy. That is the horde. He was like being such a bully to all the other ones eventually as I'm feeding him. But yes, okay, so that's the monkeys. And yes, they said that they imported these monkeys from another island back in the 70s, and they just stayed, and everyone just accepted them as part of their community and turned it into kind of like a tourist type of area, so you can feed these monkeys. Although these monkeys are native to the Philippines, this is actually in the Bible. These monkeys were one of the top items that Solomon requested, and I believe it's in 2 Kings where it says he brought back peacocks, apes, and marble, gold, a whole long list of things that they would bring back from the islands of Ophir. And so yes, they definitely have monkeys that live in the Philippines. Okay, hun. I'm going to put another video here. All right. Okay, so that was the monkeys. Then the next thing that we went to. Okay, put that up. Noble's enjoying the peely nuts as we're. If you hear crunching going on.
Crab.
Oh, you're doing the crab. What is the crab like?
It's good.
Is it? Does it taste like crab?
You put a sweet coating on top of that.
Okay.
You can eat everything the shell and all.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna have to show that in front of the camera after I describe this picture. Hold on. So yeah, get some of that ready. Noble is eating those little crabs now, so you guys could see. But this picture is, we went to the Philippine Eagle Center, and it was good to be able to see what they look like, because the Philippine eagle is the largest wingspan in the world, even larger than any of the other ones. It's just they kind of skewed the numbers, is what we found out, to try to make it look like the I think it's the bald eagle or something is bigger, but this one is gigantic. This is way bigger than the eagles that I saw in Alaska. And it's a lot more feathers. You can see it in the background there. Noble and I are standing there. And we were sad, though, because they had them in cages. We don't like to see animals in cages, but there's no other way we'll be able to see them, right? So it was kind of a good thing and a not good thing at the same time. All right, hon. You can show them the crab now. Noble's going to show you the crab that he's eating. We did not try these before. There's the crab. No, you should stand up and show them you eating it.
No.
No? Okay. He said they taste a little bit sweet. It's very interesting. Okay.
There's a picture. There's a picture.
All right. I'm going to get up this next video here. Hold on just a sec. Okay, go ahead. All right, this is us at the Philippine Eagle Center, so you guys could kind of see what we were doing. I was taking videos of the plants too, just because the leaves, I felt like we were like in the land of the Nephilim or something. Everything was gigantic, and they're beautiful plants. You can see us walking along here. We're going toward the cages that the eagles were kept in. But just look at all this vegetation. It was pretty humid that day. There was right before a storm, so it was a lot more humid than usual. So we're moving a little slowly here, but really cute little trails that you can walk on. And it was just, the sad part was seeing the eagles in the cages, but the area was gorgeous. Our driver's wife was walking ahead of us. This was like her hometown that this garden and this sanctuary was located at. So she was kind of like showing us around a little bit. I'm going to fast forward here. Oh, here we go. There. I'm going to fast forward, then you can see some more. All right, so these are the cages. They have other creatures in there too, like these owls, Chris and Maui. So I was stopping and saying hi to each creature that was here. You can see these kind of interesting looking owls here. So it's not just the eagle that they have kept on site over here. We're just walking along, taking little videos of all these different birds that were in the cages. This one is called Bagani. It's another bird. You guys might recognize some of these birds because some of them are not even native to Philippines. They just caught them there and they kept them for display, I guess. This one is called Gucci. There's another one. Another type of bird there.
Okay, stop boring them.
Okay. Noble says stop boring you guys. Okay, this is the last one. Lati. There's another bird right there. All right. And this is the female endangered species. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to take it off there.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I thought this was especially interesting too. I'm going to show you this huge cage that they had eagles flying around in here. Go ahead, honey. It's ready. So this was a really large, like, domed cage that they had in part of the garden. I wanted to show you this because the next photo is pretty interesting. This one is, they call it the dome enclosure. This has the Philippine eagle in there. I fast forward a little bit here so you can see these other plants. So you can just see it's just like lush vegetation, and you don't really even have to plant things. You could just put a stick in the ground over there. It'll grow. It's just so bountiful. They called this area that we were staying in the bread basket of the Philippines. So that's why they grow so much wide variety of fruit, vegetables, anything you can imagine. They just have tons and tons of plants there. You can see the vegetation is just really lush. Okay, I'm going to change the picture.
Hold on. Okay.
This one is the Philippine serpent eagle. I thought this was interesting. You guys might want to take a look at this. The serpent eagle, a keystone species. And it's kind of hard to see them in these huge cages, but I zoomed in a little bit there so you can take a look.
Just showing them the crab, the different sizes.
Oh, Noble's showing you crab he's eating.
There's a picture. There's a.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think you can see it yet.
Oh.
Oh, are you showing the video?
Actually, come
What
on,
do you-
right here. Right here.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Not yet.
Oh, okay, you're not showing the video yet.
You ready?
Okay. I'm gonna go back here.
Okay, careful.
So there, this is that serpent eagle thing I was talking about. You can see here in the cage. Gee, don't eat all those at once, hon. Noble's hungry. Okay, Mugatu. There's some names. I'm not sure why they call him the serpent eagle. That's one thing I just thought, that is really interesting. I want to zoom in on that creature. So we're walking along some more. And, okay, I'm going to change the video, hon.
Here.
Okay. And then in the same sanctuary, we come across more monkeys. Okay, you can change it. Video. All right. So we saw these little guys playing around, and I thought, I'm going to take a video of them. They're like cleaning each other. That was a very interesting pose there. But there's a bunch of little monkeys. They're just playing around. And they also had a huge python and a crocodile at this sanctuary too. So the monkeys are caged, and so is the crocodile and python. Look at, they're cleaning each other again there. Okay, next one.
She's asking,
You want to change it?
are the American Native Indians descendants of the people of Ophir?
You know, that's a great question, and the God Culture is getting ready to release some videos about that. I think that you're definitely on the right track, because that's why they call them Indians in the first place. You know, like Indians, that whole section of Southeast Asia was called India before, and that's the land that Thomas, I believe, was he was assigned to go and minister there. The Acts of Thomas, I think you can read about his journeys in India. I presented on it a little while ago, but all India included Philippines as well as the nations of Southeast Asia. This is the, here you go. You want to change it to video?
Okay, what?
All right, this is the snake, if you guys want to see the snake. This was a python. Okay, let me see if it's uploading here. This was a python that was caged. Oops. Not sure why it's not uploading, but I don't know if you guys can see it in there. I think I zoomed in on it a little bit. It's really hard to see it through the cage, but if you could see how wide that thing is, Noble's trying to poke it so it moves. It was sleeping. You can see the head. The head is like white laying down there. Do you see that? But this is this massive python that was just taking a nap while we were there. Okay, so there, I zoomed in. You see the head? There it is. There's that massive python. Okay, I'm going to change the picture.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then there was a crocodile as well. You can put it on this.
Yep.
Just took a quick video clip of
You've
this
seen crocodiles
crocodile.
before.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it back then. You can put it back on me.
You should tell them that the largest crocodile ever caught was from the Philippines. So.
Oh, that's true. The largest crocodile. You heard what Noble said. All right, so let's see. I want to show you guys some more things. Oh, here. This is at the entrance. You can put it back on picture. The Philippine Eagle Sanctuary. They have acronyms put up in these large letters all over the Philippines to announce like what their what the center is about, I guess, and even words for each barangay, each city, each community. They love to have it with these letters up so you can take selfies in front of it. And then also here's the Philippine Eagle artwork that they have up there also. And Noble was extremely happy after all this because he got to have a halo-halo. I treated him because he was having a pretty rough
Filipino
day
ice
of it.
cream.
This is Filipino ice cream, so take a look at that. Noble had quite a few of these. What was the name of this place where you had this at? Ice something in Davao City. Your favorite one?
Ice giant.
Ice Giant. As you can see, they serve all kinds of delicious things there in the background. Okay, you want to take it off of there, hon? Okay, and you can see some other halo-halos. Oh, you can put it back. Here's another one. This is another type of dessert that they had there. This is our driver's wife eating one too. They have all-day breakfast at this place. And our driver eating one as well. We decided to treat them to some of this. Okay, you can take it off. And speaking of halo-halo, we met this wonderful lady who owned a hotel and a restaurant, and her name is, since Noble's so good at remembering names,
Elizabeth.
Lisbeth, I think. Lisbeth?
Elizabeth.
Yeah, she was half Filipino and half Jewish, which was an interesting combination. So she actually took Hebrew classes She's been to Israel. She makes her own special halo halo that is just fruit, and it's pretty healthy overall. So here's Noble eating with her. She actually had a welcome brunch for all of us who are on the God Culture team, and there was probably about 25 of 30 of us all together. And so she hosted us in her restaurant, and she's an amazing cook. She and her daughter run the whole thing, and it's kind of like a Airbnb, but there's a bunch of different hotel rooms there, and really good restaurant. Just sweet lady. We had so much fun talking with everybody there. It was a cool get together. Okay, you want to switch it ahead? Okay, and then the next day was the conference. So I'm going to show you guys a few clips of that. All right, you could put it back on the picture. Oops. There we go. All right, so they rented out this center at a university that held 5,000 people for the conference, and you can't hear it. Well, let me see if I put it on sound. No, I don't think you can hear it. But so this was the beginning of the conference, right before Tim was getting ready to go speak. I just wanted to show so you could see how many people were there. It was amazing, cool time where they started out with singing songs, and then they did this kind of introduction to the God Culture right before Tim got up there to speak. And it was just a great time by everyone. The next few are going to be all of the conference, so I'm going to just, so this is more, here's Tim going up there to speak. If you guys have listened to Zen's shows, monthly shows with Tim Schwab, this is Tim and his wife Anna, who hosted us in the Philippines. Tim, they're basically the God Culture, and then they have a team, which we are now a part of, to continue to share truth and continue doing research on this land of Ophir. So they did like a little introduction here before Tim started speaking. And Anna actually did a really good introduction for her husband Tim. That was kind of rare because I guess she doesn't get up and speak too often in public. Tim is usually the voice that you'll hear. Although lately she's been doing a bunch of Ilocano videos. For those who speak Ilocano, you can go onto the God Culture channel and see Anna doing some presentations as well. So that's really cool. And here they are together. They're welcoming everybody and just thanking the sponsoring churches. And you can see a lot of gold there. The church that sponsored it loves to decorate their things with gold. But Tim he's not a pastor, he's a researcher. He always makes that very clear. They have their own pastors. In fact, one of the churches that sponsors them, didn't they say they had like 200 pastors or something? Yeah. Pastor Roy's church? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we got to meet these pastors as well. So you can see Tim is just doing what he does best. He's doing his presentation with a lot of visuals in the back. They had a book stand in the back there, but
There's Magellan in the back.
there's
your guy, Lisa.
there's Magellan. Yes, and again, I wanted to show just how many people. This is the first day of the conference. There's actually more people there the second day, but the first day was about. Tim spoke for I think 3 hours straight. It was about 5 hours altogether at the conference, and people were just hungry. I mean, they're just like listening to every word. It was amazing. So you can see that. This is more of the presentation of what he's doing, what Tim was presenting on. He was showing his maps that he's got in their new book, The Garden of Eden and the maps. I think it's really cool, like this right here. These are on ancient maps, like actual drawings of Adam and Eve and the serpent. Like how much more clear can you get than to show where the Garden of Eden was located? And this picture is like right over the Philippines. And it's not just on one map, it's on a bunch of different maps. So if you guys want to get this book, this is actually for sale on Amazon. It's also on their website, thegodculture.com. I bought a couple of these books. I was so excited to see all their different maps they have. He's presenting some more. You can see he's got it tagged there. Havilah, the Pishon River. There's a gold mountain that was even tagged in this map. And this is cool. He was just having everybody shout, "We are Ophir," and it was so cool because it was like thousands of people they're just shouting it out. "We are Ophir." They're realizing who they are and that they're in the Bible, that they are significant, which is really cool. You can see everybody's really into it. And then he's also presenting on how even in the Filipino language, when they're saying their alphabet, they say aba, which is really interesting because the first two letters of their alphabet says aba. I thought that's really neat. And so he's presenting on that. And it's like, how did you guys know? Well, it's because you knew who you were up until about 200 years ago when everything got erased, or after Magellan, maybe 500 years ago. So it was really cool just to see people making all these connections and realizing who they are. Okay, and then he did some more presenting. I did a whole bunch of little clips here. I'm going to put them together so you guys can see. But this is, I walked around a little bit, and this is just everybody doing worship. Their music was awesome to hear singing in their native language too. It's just an overall really good time. And do you have anything from the chat you wanted to add in there, hon?
You're just talking about how Tammy could see you, find you very easily.
Oh yeah.
You're the only one with a platinum blonde hair.
And then this is after the conference. They did a little bit of, actually no, this is the second day of the conference. This was at Rosh Hashanah. You can see how they have the Feast of Trumpets up there in the front. They gave out horns, so you see people raising their plastic little horns. Everybody's blowing their horns all at the same time, and they have the shofar up there in the front. I mean, they really know how to celebrate the Feast of Trumpets. Yom Teruah. They really know how to celebrate this Feast of Trumpets. For those of you that don't recognize Yom Teruah in Hebrew, it's Feast of Trumpets in English. And everyone's so excited. There's the book stand that we were a part of. There's Noble saying hi. People still coming in. They packed that place out the second day. My goodness. Yeah, this is really early, or before everybody was seated yet. But they're all blowing their horns and just so excited about being there. It was really cool, exciting time. They blew those horns for a long time too. And again, this is more of Yom Teruah, welcoming everyone. They're doing some praise and worship. There, I'm sitting by the book stand. Let's see. This is some more. I think this is. That is one of the pastor's wives up there too. She's saying like the opening prayer.
The pastor's wife. He doesn't have many wives.
No, one of the two pastors that sponsored the conference. They both are. They're both married, I think.
This is Bishop Rods.
Yeah, one of the two pastors' wives. There's two pastors that each have a wife who sponsored the conference. Okay. And they're leading praise and worship again. This was interesting too. They had some young girls that were in charge, like ushers, that were seating everybody. They all dressed the same. I thought it was so cute. Here they all are. It was so cute. I guess a lot of them had not seen or met anyone that had blonde hair before, so a lot of them wanted to take pictures with me. I kind of felt like a celebrity there. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, there's that. There's me taking pictures with them. Okay, you could turn off for a bit now. I'm going to scroll through some more of these. Then afterwards we were invited to, here I'm going to show this picture. Afterwards, we were invited to the pastor's home. I think it was the day after the conference. And we gave them a Hebrew Hawaiian shirt. They're also holding the Revelation of the Magi book because Tim presented on that a little bit during the conference and they're so excited about that book. In fact, Tim and Anna are writing a book regarding that book. They're trying to get it published before all the pagan holidays start in December. But you can see the pastor's son is holding up a Hebrew Hawaiian shirt, and we met a bunch of really cool people. This is downstairs in their house where we ate with them. Somewhere the picture. Okay, you want to put it back in the video? Let's see. Oh, I'm actually going to show a video here. You can put it back on video, hon. Whenever you're ready. Double's texting. Alright, so this is in the room that we ate in downstairs in their house. They have this gorgeous, gigantic house. This is the God Culture team members. You can see everybody here that we were all invited to come and eat at the pastor's house. It's a delicious, I don't know how many course meal. It was very good. This is some more of the God Culture team here. You can see everybody. And everybody has something to contribute though, even the kids. There's some of the kids that came along with us, and it's just a really good time. You can see there's one of the pastors talking with some other people. Noble's talking to some guys over here. So this is the team. It was a really, really fun time out with everybody there. Okay, you want to put it back on me? Okay. All right, so on to the next part of our trip. Oh, I want to show you guys this too. This is overlooking, you could put it back on the picture. This is overlooking the city where we stayed in Davao City. This is Noble and Tim enjoying some local food and some halo halo again. You can see the Philippine ice cream that they're eating. They're enjoying that together. And with a beautiful view. And in the background of all those lights, there's the ocean. So it was just, it's gorgeous in the day and night there. Okay. All right, and we were serenaded by a local band. While we were sitting there. You can put it back on the video. Okay. So you can't hear the volume, but it was kind of cool that music is such a huge part of their culture.
Play the music.
I have the volume up, but for some reason it's not coming on. But yeah, it's such a huge part of their culture, and it makes sense. If these were the Levites, they were in charge of the music. Okay. Oh, there. You have to put the mic maybe over there. Honey. There, can you guys hear that? Woohoo! Okay, you could turn off of that. Thank you, hon. So they are like professionals. Now that we have sound up, I should go back to this. I want you guys to hear the praise and worship. That was amazing. Let me see. I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, go ahead. See if you can guess what song they're singing here.
Wait, is our guy?
Tequila Ka is what they're saying. Okay. All right, you want to, okay. Okay, I'm going on to a few more pictures so you can see what we did after this. Oh, we can't miss this one. Noble got another halo halo. This one is from one of his favorite places, Chowking. It's actually the cheapest halo halo in the Philippines, at less than $1 for that.
About $1.
So it's one of Noble's favorite right there. Okay, you want to take it off for a sec? Okay. And let's see, what time are we getting to now? Okay, we are.
4:19.
I know. Let me get past all of this. Okay. So we went to this place called White Island. And this is me standing in White Island. I was just so happy to be in the water. It was nice and warm, but the water is actually warm too. It was such a beautiful, beautiful place. And in the background behind me is Mount Hibuk, which is the place where Adam offered the first sacrifice of herbs after he left the garden. It's described in the Book of Jubilees. And so we were super excited to be there. Okay, you want to take it off of this? And then the next thing we did was we went up that mountain. I'm going to show you that first. Oh, actually, I want to show you this first. So, okay, go ahead and put it back on the video. So this is us driving You could turn the volume off for now, so I can talk. Okay. So this is our driver that we had on another island called Kamigan Island, where Mount Hibbuk is located. It's also the place where they have the best Lanzones, which if you've listened to Tim's studies and my studies that I've done on Ophir, Lanzones is most likely the fruit of the knowledge of tree of good and evil. And I'm going to show you a Lanzones tree here pretty soon. But this is what the countryside looks like in the Philippines. Outside of the city, a lot of people are just like off grid. They have their own well. They have, you can see banana trees, coconut trees, Lanzones trees. I mean, the vegetation is just amazing. And this is what it looks like in the provinces. And when I say province, I mean like outside of the huge cities. This whole island that we went to called Kamigan Island, where Mount Hibbuk is located at, just so lush again with all the vegetation, so many different fruit trees. You can see fruit stands all the time. They're just located like right along the side of the road. And we're on a road that's going up the mountain here. Our driver lives in this area too, so he wanted to show us the Lanzones tree that was near his house. And you'll see in the next picture that I got to get some very fresh Lanzones from him, from this tree. He had his neighbor pick some while we were there. But yeah, just look at all the vegetation. I mean, if you think you could live in one of these homes and you're willing to pay like less than $100 a month rent, they have these types of homes for rent there, and you can just even spend a little money, get it
Careful
fixed
about
up.
putting a price on there because you don't know the condition of the home.
That's true.
But you know,
That's true.
But again, it's way more affordable than here.
Oh, very. It's so affordable, and it's beautiful, as you can see. Okay, you want to take it off for a sec? All right, next picture I'm going to show you, the video here. Okay, you can put it on. This is a Lanzones tree, and as you can see, it matches the description in First Enoch exactly. It's only a 24-second video. You're going to see the neighbor climbing up in the tree and picking Lanzones.
There, you see somebody in the tree? That's not a monkey. If our photographer could just be more still. There you go.
Trying to get around there so you can see him. He's picking Lanzones for me. They taste so good. They taste to me like really sweet grapefruit. And you peel off the outside and it's this soft white meat that's on the inside. It's just so delicious. I ate bags and bags of this when I was there. It's my favorite fruit ever. So as you can see, I got it very fresh. And it matches the description in First Enoch. It says the tree has leaves like the carob tree, which these leaves are exactly like, and its fruit is like the clusters of the vine, but it's on a tree, so it can't be grapes.
Give another picture.
Yeah, hold on, you can turn it off for a sec.
I did it.
Okay. So yes, we also went to some hot springs that were nearby. Can I just show this picture on the far right?
Which picture?
A view on the far right by the waterfall.
Click on it first.
Okay, so this was at some hot springs we went to at the base of Mount Hibbuk. You could see Noble in the water there with some other people. There's this cute little waterfall that went in between the different levels and different temperatures of water. This is the Ardent Hot Springs. They're actually cool too. And it talks about in the Revelation of the Magi that the Magi would bathe themselves in one of these types of springs before going up to the Cave of Treasures that's located on Mount Hibbuk. So this is like right there. It was just so surreal to actually be there. Okay, you want to put it on there? All right, I'm going to show you a few more pictures here. This is us going up Mount Hibbuk. Okay, you can put it back. This is like a really common animal that they have in the Philippines. Noble, if you can. There. This is called the carabao. The carabao. They use it for work. It's kind of like a water buffalo, but they call it carabao. It's illegal to kill these animals in the Philippines because they are good for so many things. One of our friends actually went to a conference in South Korea. He was studying natural farming, and they discovered that if you take the water that you wash one of these animals with, it's like a natural pesticide. You can pour this water on your plants and the bugs won't eat it. So these animals are amazing. The people use this for a lot, to carry things, to haul things. These are very useful and very friendly creatures. Okay, go ahead. So this is us. In the background is Mount Hibbuk. Somewhere over here is where Adam made the first sacrifice, which is amazing. It's described in the Book of Jubilees as being an herbal sacrifice that some of the things that he used were galbanum, stacte, incense, which would have been the pili resin, and it just breaks it down exactly what he used. This also would have been the location of where the Magi would go up to their cave of treasures, and where they took the gold and the incense from to bring to the Messiah when he was born. It's super cool. So here's some more pictures of us up there. Then we went to this place called Tuasan Falls that's right next to it's on the side of Mount Hibbokibik. We got there right as they closed, so we couldn't actually see the falls, but as you can see, they have these signs all over telling what things are, so we said, oh, we'll just take a picture in front of the sign. And then, let's see here. We're just driving down. This is an example of a house. They said a foreigner built this house. You could tell the houses the foreigners build look more like they're kind of like U.S. construction or something. But right on the side of Hibbokibik, and that's the ocean in the background. Can you imagine living in a place like this where you wake up to that view every day? It's so beautiful. Okay, you're going to take it off for just a sec and find the next picture here. Okay, go ahead. So this is that view again. We're up here just overlooking the ocean. It's so gorgeous here on the side of Mount Hibbokibik. And there we are. In the background you can see the ocean there. We were just swimming out there earlier by White Island. And this is at a restaurant that our driver took us to. It was right as the sun was setting, and there's all these birds that all of a sudden just flew overhead. It was so peaceful there, right on the side of the mountain. Nice view there too. And just wanted to show you guys that. This is a landscape of the view. There's the restaurant there on the right, and I landscaped it so you could see the ocean and Mount Hibbokibik on the left side. There's the sunset. It was so beautiful that day. Okay, I'm gonna scroll, hun. Okay. So the next part of our trip is we went to another island in what's called the most beautiful area of the Philippines, called Palawan. And we went there. We went to Puerto Princesa first. Okay, you could put it up there. We did some tours with some local people. This was the Mangrove Paddle Boat Tour, and you could see our little group there. It was a good time. They have these mangroves, and this is a native person. She said that her father was the chief of their indigenous tribe that lives in this area. They're kind of like the guardians of the mangrove area, so you can see she's explaining all that. She actually even sang us a cool little song there here at the end. But we were in a little boat that there was someone paddling in the back, and she was like the tour guide in the front, so that was really fun. She explained all about the mangroves, and we actually saw some snakes. Thought you guys might be interested in seeing that. Do you see the snake right here? There's snakes in the trees that we were passing by, but I'm running the arrow over this. If you see that snake up there. There, I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit. I think you can see that. She said they're not harmful. They don't bite. They just like to hang out in the trees over there, and you just kind of have to be mindful. You don't want to disturb them. Okay, you want to turn the volume up, hon? I want to play this little song that she sang. So this is the same tour guide. She's singing for us. Okay, so she was really, I thought she was a pretty good singer. And then we went to go eat at this buffet, and look at what Noble is trying. He's going to explain to you what this is. Here we go. Noble is going to eat, what is this called?
I'm bold, yeah, I eat anything, huh?
What does this called?
This is tamilok.
And it's called that because?
It's supposedly a worm, but it's really not. It's a mollusk. And that got its name by two GIs that says, Tommy, look. But they wasn't talking about this. They was looking at the girl, the babae. So.
Okay, Noble, look. Eat that. Oh. And what does the taste?
Tastes like oyster.
Hey. And is this something about the biggest oyster or something? The longest? No?
No. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But they said this is filled with Viagra.
Oh my god.
Aphrodisiac.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so. Okay.
Okay.
All done.
Next bite.
Next bite. Oh my gosh. No pressure.
Okay, Tommy, look. Thank you. Okay, so there's Noble eating that. You want to put it back in the pictures? This is the buffet. Oh my goodness, I'm going to show you the food there in just a sec so you can see all the delicious food we had. And this is it. We had a nice buffet lunch. So delicious. You can see all the different types of food that we had. These are gourd, pancit, fried fish, adobo, chicken curry, vegetable spring roll, pickle papaya, cucumber salad, and soup. Look at this place. All the artwork in here is so amazing. Look at it. It's so beautiful, the artwork. The native artwork. All the garden. Look at this one with the owl. Native American. Such a beautiful culture. Look at this place. So nice. So we eat lunch here. We have buffet. Now we're getting ready to go to the underground river. Okay, we're getting ready to go to the underground river. So, alright, you can put it on this picture. So this is our group. We are at the entrance. Oh, you want to put it on the photo, hun? We're at the entrance to the underground river here. We all have to wear life vests. Noble is trying to wear his, but they didn't take into account his large muscles. So the life vests were very tiny. You can see some of the other people are having issues too, trying to get it on. But the underground river was inside of the rock that's right behind us. So the cave goes way back in there. It was just, this is a UNESCO site, so you know that there's some things that they don't want us to see in there, which is the very reason why I wanted to go on in there. It's one of the top 7 wonders of the world. It's now on the list. I think it's actually the eighth wonder possibly, but so we are getting ready to go in there. You can see the underground river. Noble and me.
Take a picture.
There. Okay, go ahead. All right. So we're at the entrance. We're all ready to go. Okay, you get ticked off for a sec. And here we are. We got in the boat. We're getting ready to go into that cave.
Until Lisa found out that she lost her phone, and we had to go back off the boat to go look for it, and
We had a little panic situation.
people were so honest there that they was in the lost and found section.
Thank God someone turned my phone in.
Yeah.
You notice I didn't realize that I didn't have my phone in this picture, I think. Okay, so this is the entrance to the cave. You can put it up there. Just going to show you guys when we're about ready to go in. It was really, really hot that day too, I remember. It was I really wanted to jump in the water, but they were telling us do not jump in the water because there's bats, and the bats have some defecation and urination in the water, so none of us wanted to even put our foot in the water. I'm not sure why this isn't playing here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're about ready to go into the entrance. You can turn the volume down if you want. Turn it back down. There. All right, there. So getting ready to paddle into that entrance, and everyone's got their cameras going. We're all a little bit nervous because it goes back pretty far. Like, we were in this cave for over an hour, paddling, and yeah, it was kind of creepy, but well worth it. I'm really glad we did it. I can see why it's one of the wonders of the world, because you just don't find underground rivers like this. I mean, there's a lot of caves all in the U.S., like Carlsbad Caverns, Mammoth Cave in Kentucky, but none of them that have the river that you paddle in on. Okay. There I am. All right. I hesitate to show you guys the inside, but I'll show you one section just because this one is a pretty interesting one. A lot of it was so dark in there, it was kind of hard to see, but when our guide would turn on his flashlight, then you could actually see some of the stalactites and stalagmites hanging down. And all the black area that you see is bat droppings. We did see a bunch of bats in there. I mean, they weren't hiding.
Bat guano.
Guano, yes. Bat guano. But look at these amazing formations. Like, these stalactites are just like over the top. Huge. There were some that looked like they were hanging on by like a thread. We thought they were going to fall on us, but they didn't. So yeah,
We wouldn't be here.
stalactites on both sides. I would not have wanted to fall in that water. That water was just icky. You can see the bats flying. You see the bats flying by there?
The cave goes for a few kilometers as well.
Yeah. It goes, and you can continue going on in the cave if you pay more money and if you're willing to have another 2 hours in there. I think I had enough. After being in there for an hour, I was ready to come out. But it was beautiful.
Next time.
Okay. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. Afterwards, we're going to go ahead to... We met this really fun couple on this ride that we did. We did like a 5-hour ride in a van that was just like packed with people.
6 hour ride.
Was it 6 hours?
Almost 6 hours.
And it was like a roller coaster. Like, it was a crazy, crazy ride that you do from Puerto Princesa, this really long island. I didn't take pictures on that ride because I did not want to remember that. But yes, this is. Can I show you this picture?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our next destination. We went after that 6-hour long ride in the middle of the night. We got to a hotel, and then we planned 2 excursions. They lasted an entire day, and it was in the water for 2 days. So Noble and me are both peeling right now. We both got so sunburned when we were there. We just put coconut oil, and you can see in the background, this is called El Nido. Okay, you can take it off. And we went with this other couple that was traveling from Spain. Can I put this one up there? You can see the boat. Okay. So this is Carlos and Pilar that we met from Spain. It was their first time in the Philippines also, and we had this entire boat to ourselves. In fact, there was more crew than there were passengers. And we rented this boat. We had the same tour guide for 2 days. It was so beautiful. You could see in the background all the different islands we sailed to. They had lunch for us, an awesome lunch. I'll show you guys in a few. Okay, you want to take it down? And you can see where we sailed to. How about this one? Can I put this up? All right, so they also had kayaks that you could rent for like $2 or something. So Noble and I rented a kayak and we paddled around. This was the entrance to what they call the Big Lagoon. And so we were getting ready to go in there, and it was so amazing. I can't wait to show you guys pictures of that. Okay, I'm gonna take it off. So this is voted as one of the most beautiful spots on Earth, and you will see why. This is called the Big Lagoon. So we're paddling in the kayak in here, and look at, there's like these ancient mountains that are described in the book of Job as mountains that were not created by man. Like a lot of the mountains you see in the US now, we know that they're melted buildings or something else that wasn't created by the Most High, but these are what they call the ancient mountains. And you can see why. They kind of look like Sinai, Mount Sinai without all the vegetation to me. But you can see there's other kayakers paddling in there. The water is very shallow.
Clear. Look at how clear.
Yeah,
Clean
look.
the water.
Oh, totally.
We saw turtles, fish in the water so clearly. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was just such
Okay,
a...
go ahead.
Okay. All right, go ahead. It was just such an amazing experience. This is some more. I filmed some more of the ancient mountains so you guys can see. And as the day went on, more and more people got over there, and we're taking pictures. And you can once you paddle in there, the water is so shallow, like you could just stand up. That's what we were doing, standing and
In the beginning. it
taking
got
more
deeper
videos.
as it went further.
Yeah, And you can tell that the water is shallow by just look at the color of it, and it's so clear. So that was really cool.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Past all these. How about this one? Can I do this one?
No.
No? Okay. How about this one?
No.
No. Noble's censoring out some of these. But here, I'll just show these pictures. This is just to give you an idea. These are just some more photos that we took when we were sailing, when we were paddling around in that, kayaking in that lagoon. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this was interesting. So, in Palawan, in the area we were at, everything is pretty much off grid, and they don't even really have like tour buses. In fact, in transportation, most people don't even use a taxi. They use these vehicles. They're called tricycles. And look at how they fill up gas. They get these liters, and they just they buy the gas in these liters, and they just pour it right into their motorcycle. And attached to the motorcycle, you can see there's places for more than just one person to sit. Noble sat there.
It's cheaper to buy it in those little Coke bottles than going to the gas station, because the Coke bottles, they don't mark it up as much as a gas station does.
Yeah.
So,
So Noble and I sat in there. There was our driver, Roselle. He was awesome. And there's where they were buying their gas. I'd never seen that before, so I thought you guys would be interested too.
see the little girl
And she's the one
shuffling
filling it.
around all the gas bottles there.
That's their little family business. That's a good one too, because locals know where to go and buy cheap gas. Okay. So day 2 of our time in Palawan, where we were sailing around, wanted to show you there. Here, this is one of the properties that's like, there's just some really wealthy people, I guess, that procured some property over there, and there's these tiny little areas where they would build like these houses. I think they said this was formerly owned by the Catholic Church, this one was. But it's just kind of like in the middle of nowhere. Like you see this huge mountain. Oh,
I think, oh, you did?
yeah, I scrolled to the next picture so you could see. So yeah, it was just in the middle of this mountain on this island, and they build these little houses in there. Okay, you can take it off. And let's see what else we got here. Here, how about this one?
What am I holding on the shelf?
Sh- Noble is snorkeling at one of the areas that we went to, and showing me shells that he found. But one of the things we had to agree to before we went in there is to not take anything like shells or wildlife or rocks or anything that we found when we were viewing this. Okay. All right. That night we were treated to such a beautiful sunset. I had to go and film that too. Let me see. I filmed it a couple times. This was at the top of our hotel, and the sunset was just amazing that night. I know a lot of it, yes, is geoengineering, chemtrails. You could see it in there.
The infinity pool blends right into the ocean in the back, the bay.
Yeah, you can see everybody in the infinity pool.
We're on the eighth floor.
Right. Right. You can see this is the top of our hotel, and those are the islands that we were at earlier. All those islands you see in the background. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset. And yeah, just we really enjoyed it. I felt like we were watching a show, because it just kept changing colors, and to see all those islands in the back just get darker and darker as the sun went further and further. It was just such a cool thing to see. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, Noble got some more halo halo. So we went to, when it was super hot, we would go to the mall. I think a lot of people do that. And Noble and I found a restaurant at the mall that served halo halo, which isn't hard to find because almost everybody does. So this is another one of his halo halo adventures. Okay. And then it was time to leave the Philippines. And again, there's a lot more pictures I have here. I'm just going to put it together in another presentation. Okay. So we went to Japan, and our first night in Japan, we were hungry. We went walking around the neighborhood where our hotel was. We found this cool little restaurant that served beef curry. So we had some of that, and we met these.
That was just regular curry.
Was it regular?
There was no beef.
Oh, it was mushroom. And mushroom curry. Had some some really sweet local girls that were talking with us, and then the owner.
English.
Yeah, that they were actually offering to translate for us, because unlike the Philippines, where almost everybody speaks English, the people in Japan do not all know English. Especially the younger crowd seems to know it a lot more than the older ones, for sure.
They were educated in Australia and other places, so those educated younger Japanese people were again bilingual or multilingual.
Yeah, so the one in the blue was offering to translate for us, and then the owner of the restaurant in the back was actually Korean. So we were practicing all different types of languages that night, but it was fun. We had a good time
We were
there.
in Osaka, where it has a lot of food establishments, mom and pop shops.
That's why we decided to go to Osaka, actually, in Japan, rather than Tokyo, because Noble loves Japanese food. If you know Noble, that's his favorite kind of food. And so we wanted to be in the place where he could try the best Japanese food, and Osaka was it. Okay, I'm going to take that off. All right, so while we were in Osaka, let me show this view. We got to see some Tartarian things. Those of you who study Tartaria will be excited to see the Star Fort. Japan has a ton of Star Forts, and this was just one of them in Osaka. This was the Osaka Castle, is what they call it. But there's like this moat around it. But to me, for those of us who have studied Tartaria and their architecture, we know that this was not built by the Japanese, most likely. It's most likely built by a culture that was a lot larger, that could move these gigantic rocks and place them side by side with no mortar, and that it would withstand thousands of years. So this was in Osaka. We had an interesting time at that castle. Okay. The picture. All right, and here we are at Osaka Castle. You can see it's a total Tartarian building there in the background. We took a bunch of pictures there. Okay. And this was another highlight too. Noble found this. He's like, I want to take a picture in front of that rock. And I said, you know what? I don't think that's a rock. I think it's a tree stump. So we look up close, you can actually see evidence that it's a gigantic tree stump. It's huge. I'll show you a little bit further away. You can see. It's an amazing structure, and yes, it is not a rock. It's a petrified rock, but it is a petrified tree stump. So I took a bunch of pictures of that. Okay. Okay, you took it off of there. So our time in Osaka was spent riding these little bikes. We rented these bicycles because Noble has a hard time walking with his knees, but he's fine riding bikes. So I wanted to take a picture by this sumo guy. These little bikes got us around, though. We went quite a bit of the city on these things. It was fun. It was really good exercise, and the rental was very low price. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we went to this market. I'll show you guys. Okay, go ahead. We went to an outdoor market in Japan. This is some of the things they're selling. This is like one of the chestnut stands. They had tons of stuff at this market, but some of the cooler things like this, I really wanted to do videos of so you guys could see. You can see they're selling chestnuts and other healthy things. I didn't know chestnuts look like that on the outside, that they have those little pokey, kind of like hairy shells on the outside of them. That's what chestnuts look like. So he was selling those, and Noble was sampling those. It's a good thing to sample. Okay, you can take that off. And just so you guys can see the quality and the amount of seafood in Japan, this is at the market we went to as well. Huge amount.
Crab.
Oh, with the crab?
Yeah, the gigantic Alaskan king crab legs, and you've taken pictures of that.
No, I did. I think it's coming up here. Yeah. I did videos. I'm going to have to look through the video and find that one.
You got 10 more minutes.
Okay. So this is some of the shopping places we went to in Osaka. There's just so much shopping. It was unbelievable. This is the huge tower we went up in the back, the Osaka Tower. Okay. And what else did we do? Oh, here. So you can see it wasn't just us, the only ones riding bike in Osaka. That's actually a major thing. There's our two little bikes. But that's something that people do. I mean, we saw so many people riding bike in Osaka. I was mentioning to Noble, it reminded me of Copenhagen or Copenhagen, where people just ride bikes all over the place. They have bike lanes, bike bridges, and then this is a restaurant that we checked out. We wanted to try different types of food. They really have good curry, though. We had some. What did you have there? You had the chicken, fried chicken.
No, I had the steak.
No, but you ate the one. You ate the one you
I
ate.
Yours was the chicken.
Yeah, it was the fried chicken.
And you ate mine. That was the what's it called? The special steak.
Oh yeah, the wagyu.
Wagyu.
The wagyu. We had the wagyus, and the prices were really good because the dollar to the yen is amazing right now. Oh here, this is the pic. This is the picture of what Noble had. The
Oh,
chicken.
that's yours. That was your order that I ate.
It looks a lot smaller than it actually looked in person,
The
though.
next plate.
It was huge in person. There.
That's my.
That still looks smaller than it was in person.
That's
That
my order. That's
that
the
was
Wagyu
hu-
steak.
there were huge amounts of food. I couldn't believe.
Okay, off.
Okay. All right, and let's see. Oh, this is a. Oh yeah, the cup of noodle. We went to also the Cup of Noodles Museum, and I'll show you the little clip of what we did there. Cup of Noodles Museum. We had to take a couple trains to get to, but it was a cool free thing to see. You can just see all the different products that Cup of Noodles makes. I'm sure everybody has had Cup of Noodles sometime in their life, right? But now you get to see where it originated and what other stuff that they make. So they have like a whole little play
Museum.
area for kids as a museum showing like, you know, where it originated from, all the different products. And then we get to make our own at the end, so that was pretty fun. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Okay. So, oh here. You get to pose next to a gigantic cup of noodle. There we are. We're posing there. And then this is the place where they have you stop and you decorate your own cup on the outside. I know I don't want to show this whole video. It's going to be a little bit too much. But yeah, then at the end you get to choose all the toppings that you want to put in your own cup of noodle. I'm not gonna show the video, just this.
Okay.
And then we just saw more things in
Oh,
Japan. You see anything you want me to show?
Yeah,
Oh, the
first,
Ferris wheel.
How dark we are.
Oh yeah. So here, this is what you look like after you spend 2 full days in the sun in the actually 3 full days in the sun in the Philippines. We got so dark. You can definitely tell we both got very tan there. We've lost quite a bit of the tan. Mine is peeling
Okay.
like crazy. And then, oh here. So our last night there, we decided to do a Ferris wheel. They have 4 Ferris wheels in Osaka, and we decided to do the biggest one. So this is an area by the harbor in Osaka. They also have an aquarium there. They have this interesting Tartarian building I was focusing on there. And then this is the Ferris wheel that we just got off of, where you can see the whole city. It was beautiful, beautiful view, and we had a good time. Did you enjoy your time there, hun? There it is again, different colors.
Yeah.
There's that awesome. It was like a 15-minute ride, but it was
18 minutes.
18-minute ride. But it was worth it because you got to see the whole city,
One
and
time around. 18 minutes.
yeah, it was a good time. So, I think that's all. Is there anything else I wanted to show in here? I think that's it. That is it. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us. We did our little show and tell thing. You want to come back over here, hun? All right, then we can close in prayer. We will definitely have a show going next week as well. We've invited Isaiah to come back and do his presentation, so don't miss that. I believe Zen and I are doing a show on Wednesday, I think, on his channel. You can check that out too. But thank you guys for joining us and for being so patient while we were gone, to having some shows canceled, and Isaac trying to man everything. He did a good job, but it's just hard when we have guest speakers set up to come and speak, and then something happens like the hurricane.
Yeah.
That's a huge and very viable excuse to not be able to come and do a show. So keep everyone in prayer from all the hurricanes that have been happening in strange places, and it's all in prophecy though, that there'll be earthquakes and,
Yep.
and crazy things happen in diverse places. So something we should expect. But let's all close in prayer. Thank you so much for joining us and participating in chat, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next weekend.
All right, good.
Dear Abba, thank you so much for bringing everyone here today to fellowship and to hang out with us and to worship you, Abba. Thank you so much for all that you've given us, and we ask that you please have your hands on all the prayer requests that submitted earlier. Thank you for everyone that is gathered with us here today, and please give them all strength as we go through our week. And thank you for helping us to stay focused on you, Abba God, and all that you've blessed us with. We ask all this in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Yep. So thanks for taking the virtual tour with us. It's nothing like that in person, when you go there in real life. But again, Lisa will be starting a travel agency, so we can take people on tours there.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
But it is an amazing place, and one day, who knows where God will direct us. But that's definitely a possibility. All right.
Yes. Well, thank you again, and you have a wonderful week, and you want to get ready to go ahead and stop it?
Thank you to our moderators. Thanks, Kaylee, for, again, doing what you're doing. And we, again, appreciate all of you out there in the chat, and those that will be watching later. Again, it was a fun time. It was also a time for research, so for us as well. And so, again, we'll see what happens in the near future. All right?
All right. Shalom,
Bye, guys.
everybody. Good night.